Hello, can you hear me? Barbara? Thank you. Good. Okay, I'll just wait for a while. I'm always worried I'm going to be late or something will happen. I can't. Let me try. Hi. Can you hear now? Is it loud enough? I'll put this here. Perhaps that's better. Okay, I'll hold it up like this. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. The problem is when I start to channel, my voice fades away, and it's very hard to do much about it. Yeah. Okay, just one more minute. No, 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Hi, Susan. Hi, Andy. Hello, Amanda. Hello, everyone. Hello, Andy. Oh, thank you for coming. It's nice to see everyone. Hello, Helen. Hello, Rochelle, Sandra. Okay, I think we can start. It's almost time. So today we're going to be working with Goddess Auset and the Auset Egyptian healing system. I'll put that up a bit closer. I should really pin it there, shouldn't I? Not to worry. I'll just put it in a little bit like that. Okay, that might be better. Okay. And we're also going to have the spirit doctors joining us. And if you've got a sense of something flickering in the background, I've got my lights on, my crystal bed lights on there. So that's bringing a lot of energy from the spirit doctors. Okay. And hi, Miss Chai. Hello, Alvina. So yeah. Now, what have I got to tell you? Not much since last week. So I start seeing clients in person next Tuesday, and I'm pleased about that life's getting back to normal in South Australia, at least. Not completely, but it's starting to get back to normal. And if you're interested in doing courses, I would book soon, because when I start to calculate with, all the rules about how far people can be close to each other, doesn't leave many people who can attend my courses. So that's a bit of a drama, really. And so the hypnosis is already fully booked, and any other courses, you'll have to be quick, because it's really making it very difficult, all this physical distancing that we have to do. Not to worry. Hello, Boone. Okay, so other than that, life is quite good, and everything's starting to slowly get back to normal. And as I said before, I've got a whole little area of the centre now to myself. I've got 2 rooms and a little waiting room to myself, so I'm really pleased about that. I'm just setting it up still. Okay. Now, energetically, it's been very high energy the last week or so. Well, I've found it's very high energy, and I've been sort of a bit spacey, and it's been a little bit of strange energy. And today I was feeling quite anxious about middle of the afternoon, and I couldn't work out what it was, and it was just all the energies, and I think it's the new moon energy, but it is very powerful. And of course soon we're going into Mercury retrograde, and but my life has been like Mercury retrograde arrived last week. It's very difficult at the moment somehow, and I've had to stop doing Zoom sessions, because I don't know, I say yes, we'll meet by Zoom, and then half an hour later I still can't log in, and I've logged in and changed my password 500 times. So if anyone's going to book a Zoom session, I'm not doing that anymore. But I am, and I'm not doing Skype, that doesn't work, but I'll do something like Facebook Live or WhatsApp. So it's just been very difficult for energies and things not working the last week. Impossible. Not to worry. And hope you're all okay. So I thought I'd do a little meditation, and then I'll call the spirit doctors in afterwards. Now, the spirit doctors are the spirit doctors. Some of them are the ones I met at John of God in Brazil. That's where I first really connected up with the spirit doctors. Got my crystal ball here, so you know. And that's why I first met up with the spirit doctors and started working with them a lot, and are very powerful. And I also found that after a while, my own spirit doctors came and joined me. And they are very good, and they specialise in different areas. So if I've got someone with cardiac problems, my little spirit doctor is Dr. Chan, Victor Chan, who was a Chinese-Australian cardiac surgeon who was suddenly murdered quite a few years ago. And he's a very evolved man, and he calms, and he helps me a lot, and he'll do surgery on the person's heart. Quite amazing. And so I've just been joined by the different spirit doctors who like to do different work. So sometimes people say, can you do this, can you do that, can you see someone with this or that? And I say, well, I can see everyone, really. I've done healing in hospitals for years and years and years, intensive care units, palliative care units. So everyone benefits from healing. Everyone can be helped. And it's not always just about, healing is different to a cure. That's what people don't realise. Healing is different to a cure. Healing is healing the person. It's not necessarily giving a cure, but people think you're only a good healer if you can actually cure someone, but you can't always cure them completely. And in the end, they still have to do their work, even though I can do amazing healing. If people don't want to work on their emotional selves or spiritual selves, it's going to hold them back. And so, healing is a very fascinating subject to study, and I've been studying it intensely for many years since I had a sudden spiritual awakening early in 1992, and from that time on I was able to heal. But I think I already had a gift of healing before that, but I didn't recognise it. And the healing gift I had before was really where I gave a lot of energy to people, but I just drained myself. For instance, at one stage I was working in London in a neonatal intensive care unit. I'd work 12, 13-hour shifts, and it was very hard work because those days you didn't have a doctor just there all the time, and if you had an emergency you had to call the doctor and he would take 10 minutes to get there, and I used to often be in charge of the neonatal intensive care unit and not even have any other registered nurses with me, so it was very stressful. But everyone used to remark how it was amazing when the nights that I was on, the babies didn't die, or not as often, they still died. And then at the weekends, a lot of the babies would die. And I used to think, what on earth would they do at the weekends do wrong? But it wasn't that, it was just my natural healing abilities. And I'd given a lot to the babies. I love babies, I'd given a lot to them. And then the weekend, I was sick in bed. So I worked 5 nights, weeknights, then weekends the other staff would look after them. So I already had that healing ability, but I didn't know how to develop it. And a lot of people do have healing abilities, but they don't ever really study it or develop it. And I do think that's important to understand how energy healing works, as well as how it works for you receiving it. Mm-hmm. And so I've been doing healing since 1992, professionally since 1996. And I started just simply with therapeutic touch, energy healing, which was taught in at Flinders Uni in the School of Nursing at that time. And then I went on to Reiki and eventually, of course, to Auset temple healing. That's Goddess Auset behind me. Here's a statue of Goddess Auset. And there's many different ways she can look, but she's a very powerful healing goddess. And at first I started working with angels in the late 1990s. I started working with angels. Then eventually I started connecting with goddesses, and then eventually I went to Egypt in 2003. And when I did that, it was very powerful, connecting with Goddess Auset, and I received a lot of blue energy when I was in the Queen's Chamber of the Great Pyramid of Egypt. I didn't lead that group. The other ones have always led to Egypt. And that was a very powerful experience. And that's when I started Auset Temple Healing and developed it. And it's sort of kept going. Every time I go to Egypt, I'm shown new things. And I didn't realise it at the time, that what I was being shown is a form of ancient Egyptian sleep temple healing, or what we call today modern hypnosis. Hypnosis comes from the sleep temples of ancient Egypt. And Auset temple healing is actually accredited as ancient Egyptian healing system by International Medical and Dental Hypnotherapy Association. So when I actually added in hypnosis as well and really trained in hypnosis and teach hypnosis now, I found my healing abilities became a lot stronger. And that's because the more your mind is calm, you're in a state of trance, the more effective healer you can become, much more effective. So it seemed to take years before I could finally put it all together and learn these things. You know, there's some things you can read in books, but and learn from teachers. But the Auset temple healing is my system. Well, it's not my system. It was given to me in little pieces. So every time I went to Egypt, I'd add another level or two on to the Auset temple healing. And it is very powerful. The thing that sometimes puts people off is they're just happy with Reiki, because you're just attuned to Reiki, you put your hands on someone, the energy flows, and that's it, and it's quick and easy. But it's never going to be as effective as working with the gods and goddesses. But when you work with this healing system, you do have to connect with the gods and goddesses and take your time to work with them and to honour them. And not everyone wants to do that. Plus everyone's not connected with ancient Egypt. But those that do find it's a very powerful system of healing. And Okay. Besides Auset, we also have many gods and goddesses, and obviously I've got my cards, Auset Egyptian Oracle cards, with all the gods and goddesses in there. So, and gods and goddesses are really giant pools of energy, or vortexes of energy. You know, they don't look like they're statues in reality. You know, you can get a sense of them looking like that, but in reality they're a huge energy. So if you really tap into that energy, you connect with Goddess Auset, like I do, and then I trans-channel her. So you're tapping right into a huge vortex of blue energy. And then when I'm sending the energy, I'm sending it out. And so that's what makes it so effective. And people often do see blue energy when I send them some healing or some blessings or something like that, because it's a powerful blue energy. There is a free-flowing blue energy, but the most effective is with when you call Auset in and her energy surrounds you. And then sometimes, you know, I might want a lighter energy, and I work with Goddess Bast, who's a cut goddess, and she's light and joyful. And Sekhmet is a very powerful healing goddess and goddess of protection. And her energy is gold and orange, and she's very, very strong goddess if you need lots of change in your life. And I work with different gods and goddesses depending what I'm trying to achieve in the healing. And a lot of the time I do karmic release for clients, and karmic release is really, really important to clear obstacles in our path. And it works on many levels, karmic release. I will do some karmic release. It works with the goddess Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. And you always see her in the law courts with the scales when they show something about the law courts. So she's a goddess of justice, but not our justice, it's cosmic justice that she works with. And Tahuti is a Time Lord, and I always work with him in healing, and he can go back and forwards between time. He's keeper of the Akashic records, our soul records. So when I'm doing past life readings, I always work with Tahuti. And once you connect in with Tahuti, he helps you a lot to do past life readings and see if something is karmic in nature. A lot of our what occurs in this lifetime affected by our past lives, our father and mother, and there's all sorts of things that can affect us. It goes on forever, really, and sometimes it can be a bit tricky to work out what's affecting someone when they're having problems. Sometimes someone will have a health problem, you just do a healing, or you send distance healing, it's all solved and that's it, and you're very excited. Everyone thinks you're a wonderful healer. But sometimes people just have to look a little bit deeper because it's a lesson behind the pain or the injury or something, and or the illness. And then when you've done that, it will go. So if you do have a good result tonight, that's wonderful. And I'll do the best I can to help you have some good result. But understand, sometimes it just takes a little bit more energy on your behalf, or a little bit time. And if people are coming in person for healing, I always suggest 3 healings will be much better than just 1 healing. Often when you do just 1 healing, people go clearing quite a lot, because they pick up a lot of heavy energies which a healer has to release, and that can be lost souls and spirits or dark energies. When our energy field is blocked and obstructed, we have pain and we have stress, and that's very important. Medications can affect our energy field, and I think one of the worst things to affect the energy field is chemotherapy. And I know people have it and have it for a reason, but it's usually when they have chemotherapy they feel so terrible, so sick. And that's because the whole energy field, if you put your hands near someone who's having chemotherapy, you can't feel anything. There's no energy there, because the chemo sort of kills their energy flow. So if you then, as a healer, do a little bit of healing and start the energy flow starting again, that's it. They feel okay. It's very simple, something I used to try and teach when I was nursing, but most people don't pay attention to it. They don't quite believe it, but it really is the reason why people do feel so bad. It also heals any damage to the energy field by all the treatments. Okay, Now, I just try and get a time. Okay. Someone said, hope you're keeping well. Yes, I'm keeping well. Even if I'm not keeping well, I always recover very quickly. And that's the advantage of working with the gods and goddesses. If I feel a bit low or stressed or something like that, I sit down and I just put myself into a little bit of trance, a little bit of hypnosis, and I call the gods and goddesses in, and they come around me, and within a couple of minutes I'm back to my normal self. So they can, again, that's the advantage of working with the gods and goddesses. They can't come, put their energy and their beautiful healing energy around you, and you know you're safe and you're fine. And usually I just recover from whatever has happened. So when I'm doing this, I will call in the gods and goddesses. Normally I play music, but I find people find it's hard enough to hear my voice. Something happens when I channel and it just gets harder. So I'm going to keep this up here and hope it's not too bad. And as I said, I've got the crystal lights in the background with, and that acts as a portal to, I'll hold this up so you might better see. No, I won't do it. No, it's not going to, I'm just going to upset it. I won't do that. All right. So you can't see the crystal light there. Okay. I was all carefully aligned. Okay. Don't know what that is there. Oh, it's a crystal. Okay. So just sit somewhere comfortable. Now, also I wanted to say before I started, I will send the spirit doctors to you afterwards. And the way you receive their energy is, and I'm not asking them to do psychic surgery on you tonight, because they do come and do psychic surgery, and that's quite a big deal actually. It's like having actual surgery. And then for 7 days afterwards, you're meant to rest, especially the first few days, and all sorts of things can happen. So unless you're planning on it and planning on a little bit of a rest, I won't get them to do psychic surgery on you. But they will come and do some healing on you. So you're just asking them to come, and say you had problems here, just put your hands here and do a little prayer, and they'll come and put some energy there. If you're not sure, just put your hands together like this or on your lap, doesn't matter. But I'll do that towards the end. I'll call the gods and goddesses in first. We'll do some karmic release, which makes the healing much more effective when you've cleared the karma. And then we'll do the spirit doctors and have a little rest with it. And then that will be it. Okay. Now, calling for the beautiful goddess Auset. Goddess Auset is the ancient healing goddess of Egypt. She's a goddess of magic, prophecy, and healing. And she went through a lot on her life on this earth herself. And so she's always a very compassionate goddess. And she's always willing to help everyone. She's a mother goddess. So she likes to help all her children. She won't tell you off about anything. So we call upon Goddess Auset. And see her standing behind you. And then feel her putting her hands on your shoulders. And you just sense them a little bit, just a little bit of energy there. And we thank Goddess Auset for coming today. Now, if you could see her, you'd see her hands above your head. And she's starting to flow beautiful blue energy through you and around you. Good. And then she's putting white energy all around you. And we're calling in the angels now. And we're calling it Archangel Michael. And he's an angel who's very good at clearing any lost and confused souls or energies, entities that aren't very positive or got a little bit lost or stuck. So we're calling on God, Archangel Michael and the helper angels, and they're coming to each of you to clear away any lost souls with you, energies that should not be there, and take them to the light. And they will just take them up, up, up to the light. They won't take your loved ones who are fine in spirit with you. Don't worry about that. Just any energies need to be returned up to the light. He will do that. Good. So that means then you're in the right space for healing. And do allow yourself to relax and take a few deep calming breaths and just try and follow what I'm saying. But if it all sort of fades away, don't worry too much. The healing will still be effective. I'm just doing it like this so you're aware of the energy, what is happening. And if you go into a little bit of a trance, that's fine. The deeper you go, the more effective the healing is. So just allow yourself to go down, 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 deeper and deeper and deeper into a beautiful state of deep, deep peace. Going down, 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 down to a beautiful calm state of mind. You're totally safe. You're totally protected. You're about to have amazing healing. And in your mind, give gratitude to Goddess Auset to come for you, for her coming to you. And then Tahuti comes. Now Tahuti is a Time Lord, as I said. He can transform, he can take you backwards and forwards in time. He's like Doctor Who, he can just zoom you back. And he is going to take you back to ancient Egypt, the temple of Isis on the river Nile. So he'll count and then he'll just take you back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, zoom. And you are back, back, back in ancient Egypt, long, long ago, very long ago. In this beautiful temple, and it's just at night time, just at dusk. Now you see the stars above you and you're in that beautiful temple, such a peaceful, beautiful temple. And you're sitting on the ground on a beautiful white doona, and the priests and priestesses are there. And they're preparing you for your healing by the gods and goddesses. Good. So just lie there in your mind or sit there if you prefer and feel yourself going deeper and deeper and deeper into a deep state of peace. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Down, 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 down. Right down now. Deeper and deeper. And in that beautiful state of almost nothingness, your energy is available to be worked upon by the gods and goddesses. So first we're going to do some karmic release with Goddess Maat, the god Tahuti and Goddess Auset. And we're going to clear karma from past lives affecting you in this life. And we're going to clear any curses, spells, chants, negative energies, thoughts and beliefs placed on you in a past life or affecting you still from a past life. We ask that be cleared, all that karma from past lives be cleared as much as is possible with Goddess Auset, Maat and Tahuti. and it's done. Now, we do bad things in a past life too. And so we're going to ask Goddess Auset, Goddess Mart, to please release us from any karma we've done in the past to people affecting us, stopping us be able to heal or do what we want to and need to in our life. So we ask Goddess Auset, Mart, Tahiti to clear all this karma, anything we have done to harm others in past lives. Thank you. And then come back to this life. Now, we've all had things affect us from childhood or difficult life events. Some people even put curses and spells on you. And so we're asking, through time and space, past lives and this life, all curses, spells, chants, negative energies, thoughts and beliefs placed upon you and any life in any time, be released immediately, please, with Auset, Mart and Tahuti. Good. And now we're going to ask for any thing you've done in this life to others. We all do things that we shouldn't do or think things we shouldn't think about others, people or ourselves. So we're asking to clear that now, please, for forgiveness and clearing with Auset, Mart and Tahuti. Any curses, spells, chants, negative energy, thoughts and beliefs placed on us, sent to us or we have sent to others, be released immediately, please. And that is done. And remember, much of our thoughts have been programmed into us without people even thinking about it. It's just the way our society is. So that's why karmic release is sort of like an energy release as well of things out of your unconscious mind and your conscious mind that need to be released. Now, you're aware of lying in this temple and looking up at the sky. And there's so many stars up there. As you look up at the stars, you're really looking at the body of Goddess Nuit, the goddess of the sky. And the stars come very close to you, especially a very bright star, Sirius, the Sirius energy. And you're aware of bright white light coming into your third eye. And they're sending energies from Sirius, the star system, Sirius, to you. That's a healing energy. It's also raising your vibrations. And you're also feeling underneath you, like you feel some movement. And that's because you're still in contact with the earth. And that's the god Geb, the earth god. And earth energy is so important for us. So you're being infused with starry energies, with blue energy from Nuit, and with green energy from the god Geb, the earth god. And all these energies are flowing into your body and your energy field. Now Goddess Auset is with you. And again, she seems to be moving a lot of blue energy around, above you. It's like she's putting that energy, that blue energy, all around you. Then the energy changes colour and you realise there's different gods and goddesses coming to add in their energies, what your aura, your energy field needs. Now you feel a rush of bright white light coming through your crown, into your head and into your body. And that's the Syrian energy coming in. And also one of the priestesses calms and touches your head and is helping to flow the blue Auset energy into your crown and into your body. And then the priestess stands and moves energy around you. She's giving you healing, moving energy. So your energy field is in balance. So it's clear now, and it's starting to be in balance. And all the time, you're going deeper and deeper and deeper into a beautiful state of deep, deep peace. Going down, 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 deeper and deeper and deeper, down, down, down. And then another priestess comes, and then a priest comes, and they're all doing healing on you. And in your mind, direct them to wherever you have discomfort or a physical problem or an emotional problem. Just ask for healing in that area. And it's a good idea if you place your hands over your stomach now, because you should have some energy in your hands that can flow into you. Good. And just allowing the healing to continue. And in your mind, you start to feel quite excited because you're feeling much lighter, much more at peace. You're so pleased you're being able to receive healing at last. Now, we've got something else for you, and that's the spirit doctors. So, the ancient Egyptians worked with spirit doctors as well. They're very good at psychic healing. So, spirit doctors, sometimes in your mind, they seem like people, like personalities, and sometimes you're just aware, not much aware of them, or just aware of them like an energy. So it doesn't really matter. And spirit doctors are coming to each of you now, and they've allocated and worked out between themselves who'll go to who, what you need. And they just come. And wherever you need the extra healing energy, they will do that. And I'll be silent for several minutes while they do that. almost finished now. So spirit doctors have done their healing work, their special healing work, and they just move away. They usually only come to visit for a few minutes, and we thank them very much. Good. Now in your mind, see yourself still there in the temple, lying on the courtyard floor actually, and on that beautiful white doona. And you just feel very peaceful, very calm. You might get a sense that a lot of healing's happened. You might not feel much at all, some people, but know the healing has happened. And just hold in your mind now a picture of yourself as you would like to be tomorrow. Waking up feeling really, really good. See and sense yourself waking up saying, wow, that feels really good. Something's really happened for me. See yourself in your mind's eye in a week, feeling really excited. And you're just excited with life. Wonderful things are happening for you. Old discomfort has disappeared. And many things are changing, improving for you in your life. And Amun-Ra is here, the creator God of miracles. And he's sending some miracle healing energy to you. And we thank him for that. And he says to remember to connect with the gods and goddesses, to allow your mind to focus on the positive, how you want to be, and that's how it will be. Now, in a moment, Tahuti's going to bring you back to our modern time, planet Earth, and he'll count and you'll come back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back wherever you are, in Singapore, Australia, Malaysia. Good. And take a few moments to wake up gradually. Okay. Someone says, would that be the blue lotus? I'm not quite sure what you mean. The blue lotus is obviously blue. Blue lotuses were a very important part of healing. And blue, obviously they're blue, but there are white lotuses and pink lotuses. But I didn't specifically ask for the blue lotus energy this time, but it would be there. I don't call every god and goddess in. They just know to come. They don't get hurt if I forget them. They still just rock up. Okay. So, normally I'd say, how do you feel? But no one's saying anything, but that's all right. Sometimes you can be a little bit spacey after that, so you need to take some time to wake up and come back. Just checking on the time. Okay, it's about 20 to 10, so that's good. So you'll find that some people have a healing like this, and I do a lot of distance healing. A lot of people ask me to send healing energy to them, or they ask me to send healing energy to their loved ones who are very sick, and I do a lot of distance healing. It does work. I prefer to have the person there, talk to the person, but it's not always possible, so distance healing does work. And I know it works from like over the internet as well, even though it seems strange. I've received healing from various healers, I've done various things. And the last time I did healing last week, someone said the next day, she woke up, she'd had this rash all over her face and was bright red and little pimples, and she woke up the next day, it was all gone, So you can have all sorts of amazing things happen. And sometimes the healing takes a few days. The healing I do with the spirit doctors takes a week in total. And it's just the way it is. If the spirit doctors felt they didn't quite finish their healing, they'll come back and visit you at night for a couple of nights. Yeah. It's amazing how they work. And we often feel alone on this earth, that no one loves us, cares for it, and there are all the people in spirit, our loved ones, and all the gods and goddesses and angels and spirit doctors coming to look after us. And yeah, that's it. So it's no need for the sense of despair that we often feel. We're not alone on this earth. I love to be alone physically without people around me, because I can just communicate with all the deities all the time. Okay, so has anyone got any questions? I think you all went to sleep and didn't wake up. No one's written anything there. Okay. So, next week I'll do another session on healing. I might do a shorter healing next time, and I'll do some readings as well with the Auset cards. I'll do some readings. Okay. If anyone's got any questions, now's the time to write them, please. Hope this is working. Yep, good. Thank you. I see a lot of energy sparkling behind me. That's all the energy on the blue walls. I hope this isn't frozen. No one said anything. Nothing seems to be happening here. But it says it's live. Okay. So if no one's going to say anything, I'm going to go. But if you've got any questions before I go, you can ask me. Does anyone want to share their experiences? Did they feel, how do you feel? Okay, thank you for all those. Good. So, anyway, as you do know, or should know, I do teach Auset Temple Healing. So if you are interested to learn, I will be having courses in September and again in November. And yeah, it's an amazing system of healing. There's quite a few levels, but just doing the first level or two makes it is a really good healing system. So do consider that. I'm closing my Adelaide Centre end of the year. So if you are in Adelaide, now is the best time to come and study with me. It really is. Okay. And yeah, as I said, I'm limited in space with all the physical distancing things at the moment. Yeah. Normally, I'm so focused on teaching, I don't do private healing, distance healings. I don't do private consultations. So if you are wanting readings and healings or hypnosis, this is the time to do it. I'm only got this time available because I'm grounded in Adelaide. Normally I'm off travelling I was going to Sri Lanka and Singapore and Egypt and all of those places, and India this year, but I'm here still in Adelaide. So yeah, that's why I'm offering healings and doing all these. But it's also good in that I was too scared to do Facebook Lives and all of those sort of things. But now I'm doing it, which is good. Now I've got more meditations on my YouTube channel. I've got my own YouTube channel now. It's called Elizabeth Jensen. And you'll find my old CDs are there, Isis Lotus Healing, Isis Mystery CDs, Angel Miracles. And also there's some recorded ones I've recorded live and done channelings. Yeah. I'm sorry, my voice does fade away a little bit. Again, it's when I go into the channeling set. I think I'm speaking loud, but my voice sort of just goes to another level. It's not much I can do about it. Even when I'm making a conscious effort, it seems to be a concern. What else? And if you do have a good experience or you have questions, you could just write it underneath the last little one I put on about 7 o'clock saying I'll be here. Just write something under there to say you enjoyed it or whatever happened. That's always good. Or you can send me, there's a little email thing. I don't do Messenger, but you can email me always. And my website is elizabethjensen.com.au, and you'll find all my courses and consults and all of those things are on there. So, as I said, next week I'll do some healing and hypnosis, and then I'll do some readings, just little card readings using the cards. Okay? And always my crystal ball. I love crystal balls. And this is my scrying mirror that they used in ancient Egypt. Yeah, I've got lots of beautiful crystals and way I do things. I think that something seems to be wrong with the, no one's written anything there. Oh, well, perhaps it's just me, but I can't see anyone. It's not work. I couldn't see it. Everyone's writing things, and I'm saying, nothing's happening on my screen. It's just saying it. Amazing, thank you. Thank you very much. Voice is very comforting, soothing. Thank you. I wonder no one was saying anything. My sprained knee pain has gone now, like seriously. Oh, wonderful, yeah. It can go quite quickly, it really can. So the next couple of days, just take it easy and drink lots of water. Sometimes people go through a little bit of clearing the next day, not always, and it's usually emotional clearing, and things feel a bit strange or you're not sure. And it's just if you had a lot of blockages or heaviness in your aura, it's clearing away. It's like a detox. It's not something going wrong. And then you'll find it will go in a day or two. And it's just part of the process. And also, if you didn't get all the results you wanted, it was just one little session, so come back next week. It'll be the same time at 9 o'clock on Thursday. And yeah. Okay? Yep. Here we go. Oh, so many people are right. Yes. Oh, lots of ones. Thank you. Got energy going from my hands, going to my stomach, very strong. Yeah, I was connecting you up with all this Syrian energy. It is very strong. I'm very connected to the Syrian energy. Yeah. If people winning readings, I can't do them now, but I'll be doing them next week, okay? I'll allow enough time. And I'm a bit spacey to do them now because once I'm in that really deep channeling state, to me it's like I'm actually there. And it's not me speaking, it's the goddess Auset speaking through me. And so that's why it is effective, because if it was just me sending energy, it would be good, but it's not nearly as effective as the gods and goddesses coming to do the healing on you. Yeah. And I also, because I do teach hypnotherapy and I do hypnotherapy, I do a little bit of hypnotherapy on you. And again, people don't realise that hypnotherapy can work over the internet, and it does very well. And people are often surprised how deep they can go. But again, the deeper you go, you on a personal level and the healer go on that deep level, the more effective the healing is. Yeah. It doesn't have to be that way, but most of the time it's like that. Okay. People feel tired now. Yep. So that's one of the reasons I do them late at night, is so you can just go off and rest. And it's also because a lot of Singapore people are watching, or Hong Kong, and it's still 7:30 when I start there. But for Adelaide people, I make it 9 o'clock, then they can just go off to sleep. And that's the best thing to do. Don't sort of muddle it up by sitting on your iPad or your iPhone for the rest of the night. It's much better just to keep going. No other questions? People are only sending me questions, about their future life, and I'm not doing readings now. I'll do a little reading for the group before we go. What do we need to know at the moment? Someone's just saying they missed tonight, they'll tune in next week. Well, I will save this, and you can watch it later. And surprisingly, there's still a lot of energy there. It's not quite the same as in when you actually do it, when I'm actually doing it, but people still get a lot of effects. The same with my CDs. Well, they're not CDs now, they're downloads on my YouTube channel, but people still get a lot of energy and wonderful effects because the deities still come. The same as Goddess Auset always comes also when I work with these cards. That's why they're most accurate. As long as you take the time to ask her to come. Good. So I just asked in general for us over the coming near future. And I did 4 cards. One is the past, one's the present time, one's the near future, one is the long-term future. Nepheses came up, and this is soul healing. Nepheses is always when you're going deep in yourself and feeling, oh my God, life is very difficult. And she's sort of shadow side of Auset. And that's what we've all been going through with all this great virus and isolation or having to work very hard. Whatever it is, everyone's being in a not very happy. Now we have Anubis, guide and protector, and he's wonderful, Anubis. And he's just coming to tell you, you are safe, you are protected. He's such a good protector, Anubis. And then in the near future, we get Horus, slow victory. So this means in the near future, life isn't going to get perfect for us all immediately, but we are getting there. Everything's starting to get there. But it just takes a little bit of time when Horus comes up. And then the final outcome, we get Satis, fertility and satisfaction. So that's a wonderful card to receive for us all. That means that this means everything will start to flow again. Abundance will come. Everything will be there that you need. So that's wonderful. And I'm always amazed how these cards come out, because I was hoping it'd be something like that, but I promise you I didn't align them like that. But yeah, that's wonderful for me. And lots of people who are going through lots and lots of things at the moment. So yeah, I think you all have to just accept this is what the gods and goddesses wanted you to know, and it's a reading for everyone. So it's great. All right then, thank you very much, and I'll let you go, and hope to see you next week. Bye.